good news. Trump is a failing president, and Lawrence O'Donnell called him a pathetic loser. He's a lame duck. Trump is down. Yeah, and all his power grabs will eventually lead to Trump's self-destruction. No. You have to read this article from revcom.us. The Trump fascist regime will not self-destruct. We cannot escape our responsibility to act on our millions to non-violently drive them from power now. Two things can be true at the same time. Yes, Trump has faced increasing opposition from within the ruling class and even some forces among MAGA during the past few weeks. And yes, Trump is more dangerous than ever and must be non-violently driven from power by millions surging through the streets demanding the Trump regime's end. And now I'm going to blaze through 7 things that happened just within the last 2 months to show this. 1, you remember how Trump spoke to a huge gathering of generals and admirals to proclaim their main mission was to wage war against the enemy within and call for the reorientation of the armed forces to that mission? 2, Trump used the military for an ongoing spree of outright murder in the Caribbean off the coast of Venezuela and threatening war against Venezuela. Then, when 6 Democratic lawmakers publicly and forcefully reminded the military personnel of their legal duty to refuse to carry out unlawful orders, Trump repeatedly called for their execution. Oh yeah, and this one. In September and October, Trump issued an executive order that essentially labeled all anti-fascist groups as violent extremists and terrorists. Then, after weeks of uproar after Tucker Carlson's interview with Nick Fuentes, the open Nazi, Trump closed the controversy by firmly backing Carlson. Trump has moved to double down on continuing to bulk up ICE and Border Patrol, moving to institute a 23,000-person rapid response force for domestic control made up of National Guard members. And last, Trump has put into place election deniers and set in motion all kinds of gerrymandering to nail down a fascist electoral victory in 2026, assuming that elections even take place. So does any of this sound like moves of someone who's resigned to losing his grip on power? No, Trump MAGA fascism cannot and will not be contained. It is moving at breakneck speed to lock in their fascist agenda. So to think that MAGA will implode or self-destruct and therefore essentially focus on the midterms is a delusion, and a delusion that humanity cannot afford. No, Trump must go now. Thousands are locked up in detention center hellholes. Trans people demonized. Outspoken anti-fascists fired from their jobs. Oil drilling is opened up in the Arctic. Measles are running rampant. Anti-vaccine insanity gets state backing. This fascism must be defeated and driven from power. Join Refuse Fascism in Washington, D.C. at the scene of the crime. Power of the people can drive Trump from power. Learn more at revcom.us.